Okay, so the accountants that charge the most money are the best marketers. They're not the best accountants. I want to explain why this is true. I'm going to give you 3 examples in different industries of how to dominate an industry. And it's really about the customer's perception of choice and how to position yourself as the best choice. So my name is Ori. I'm director of go-to-market for Manos Health, healthcare marketing firm, and I also run MirraPonte with my wife, which is an outreach agency. So we had a conversation a couple days ago, and really smart accountant in the city, Manhattan, was like, hey, he's working with, he had an exit, he's working with an accountant to scale a payroll bookkeeping business, and he's like, you know, the best accountants, the best therapists, they don't charge the most money. The people that charge the most money are the ones that are the most well-known, the most in demand. And if you think about the way you and I are online, right? There's a billion different websites, but we probably spend 90% of our time in the same 5 or 6. Like for me, it's X and LinkedIn and Google and AI. That's pretty much my day, right? For my wife, it's maybe more TikTok or whatever, but we're in the same places all the time. So how do you dominate a market? So I'll give you a couple different examples. So when my wife was in lifestyle PR, let's say you want to open a new lounge in Miami. So there's really only so many places the customer's going to go. So they're going to go on Infatuation, they're going to go on Eater, they're going to go on Yelp, they're going to go on TikTok, they're going to go on Instagram, and they're going to look at reviews. All of those things, 5 out of 6, except for Infatuation, are pretty easy to gain. Like it's pretty easy to put your finger on the scale. You hire a PR company, they get a couple influencers, they get like a big one like Alex Earl, they get 3 micro influencers, and then there's buzz on TikTok and Instagram. They put the right tags, they put a couple. It's not that hard to dominate the consumer choice. You get 3 good reviews a week for 6 months, and then boom, you're number 1 in the category. You can do this for less than $100,000. Good PR company can do it. And if the restaurant cost $10 million to open, that's a bargain, because all of a sudden you're now the it place. Think about a local business. All our business had, we had a 7-figure hospitality-based business. We had maybe 80 more reviews than the competition. We had, I think, 6,000 Instagram followers to the competition's 500. And we had more SEO, and that was it. And we were getting something like 5 or 6 times the revenue, based on unofficial conversations I had, because I had a lot of staff that eventually opened other stuff. And then for a B2B Outreach perspective, so for Manos, for one of our ICPs, we have clinics. So we can call, let's say there's 40,000 potential clients. We can run through that list, put a full-time cold caller on it, even a part-time cold caller. You can run through that whole list, like, let's say 7 or 8 times in a 2-3 month time frame. Pretty much everybody's going to know who you are, especially if you're cross-marketing. So it actually doesn't take very much effort, and it doesn't take very much money to really stand out in a specific category. And if you think about the way you buy and you make decisions, you kind of know this is true. Like my wife and I are coffee snobs, but we pretty much go on Reddit and Infatuation and Eater and TikTok and Instagram, and then we pick a place. Like we're not that hard to game. You can game us. So pretty much every business, you can do some permutation of this. If you want to talk strategy, talk about how you can do this for your local business, or if you have an agency and you're like, how do I do this for the American market or whatever, just reach out to us, go on one of our websites, DM me, whatever, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.